Would you like to learn more about options trading? Well, here's Options Trading Continued. You know, buying puts are a great way to protect your investment and even to speculate. Watch this video on how to buy insurance for your stocks. Hello and welcome back to Mind Money Masters. I will be your host again. My name is Cameron, and before we get started, thank you again so much for watching my video. Please like, subscribe, and share this video if you found anything interesting or beneficial. Also, I am not an investing advisor, so please, any information on this video is purely for informational purposes, and in no way am I recommending any type of investing strategy. You know how I always like starting off with all of my videos a quote of the day. Well, today is actually from Robert Allen, one of the most influential investment advisors out there, author of a number of books regarding building multiple streams of income and wealth creation, which is something that I'm very passionate about. Definitely check out my description if you have any questions on building multiple streams of income. So the quote here is, how many millionaires do you know who have become wealthy by investing in savings accounts? I rest my case. This is, obviously it's a rhetorical question, because since there aren't any out there who have only put money in a savings account, because the savings accounts are designed by default to never actually achieve overinflation. At least savings accounts of today, and really in the past probably 30 years. It has only ever been a situation where you put money in and you lose every single year. Look at the savings accounts of today. I mean, what's the max savings account that you would see? 5%? Well, we all know recently inflation came out at 7%. So it's like, wait a minute, okay. Even when in savings accounts paying 5% interest, I'm still losing money, no matter what. It's just kind of an interesting scenario. So everyone must invest in something that offers greater return than a savings account, obviously, and then inflation. That's the idea. If you invest and beat inflation, and there's many, many ways to do that, but one of the things that we're going to talk about today, again, we're going to continuing on with our options strategies. Leveraging and compounding can be one of your greatest friends in investing, and that's what options, at least the leverage piece, options can achieve for you. So today, hopefully we can learn something new and learn some more on options trading strategies. Let's get started. So, long put strategies. A lot of people don't necessarily give puts their fair due because typically the conversation of a put is going to be a very bearish strategy. And I mean, for all intents and purposes, buying a put is a very bearish strategy. But married puts, I call the insurance of the stock world. So basically you're paying a premium for the protection against a downward movement of a stock price. So this is a strategy that can be used if you have a large gain on an existing position and want to protect those gains should the market stock drop. So think about it. If you get into, say you're at the bottom of recently we've just gone through a recorrection. So say you buy the NASDAQ, right? You buy the Qs, and that ETF goes up by quite substantial over the next couple of months. And you're in this investment, you're in this strategy or whatnot, and you've bought the ETF and you're riding the increase. Well, now we're up, maybe 20, 30 points on it, and you want to make sure you protect, say we get another potential slide or drop down, or, the Fed lowers interest rates and it causes some issue in the stock market. Whatever you may be interested in doing, the protection side, you buy a put. Yes, there's some premium associated with it, but at the same time, is the premium that bad versus losing everything? So maybe you want to protect yourself from the downside movement where it doesn't move against you for another 10%. You buy a put all the way down at the bottom there, and you protect yourself to be able to sell it at any point in time, no matter what the stock price does. Given, obviously, however long you purchased the married put. There's obviously that time decay that we talk about. But I use this for insurance on existing positions, or a hedge on existing positions, in order to protect the gains that I have achieved. One of the biggest strategies, or one of the biggest things that people don't realize when they get into investing, is understanding the strategy on protecting your gain. it's not, it's still an unrealized gain unless you sell it. So if you have an unrealized gain and you're up $50,000 in a position, but yet the next day it drops $40,000, it doesn't matter the day before that you were up $50,000, you're now up $10,000. Well, if you bought some insurance on that, say at like the $20,000 drop mark, you'd still have $30,000 gain, where everyone else was down $40,000, you're only down $20,000. So long puts, again, the married put concept, that is an industry term where you marry the long put with an existing position for a hedge. Just the general strategy of a long put can be purchased, and it's usually like a second level strategy within most brokerage firms. The married put can be, if you own the underlying stock and you buy the put, that's like a level 0 strategy. That's something that can be done in a retirement account, and I would encourage potentially doing that in a retirement account if you had the retirement account for a long time and you want to protect any type of downside movement. I would encourage investing into some puts for that. If you don't have the position and you just want to buy the put, this is a different kind of strategy. So this is a bearish strategy. It is speculation. So you are buying the put in the belief that the short term or the long term, the stock will drop. So you can also buy puts on indexes and ETFs if you speculate a drop in the market. So recently, if anybody had bought puts on the SPY or the NASDAQ, then you would have profited quite a bit over the past week. So, we got a market downturn of close to, we're down at the 10% mark. If you had a long-term put and you're playing the market strategies right now, you probably would have been doing very, very well. Now, it's a speculation strategy again. Myself, I would only ever invest in long puts, either as an underlying protection from another position, like on a spread, which we can go and we'll talk about spreads here in the next couple of videos. But I would only buy the long put for short-term investing strategies, or protection for the downside movement in a spread. So you buy the put and you sell the put, that can be a spread. So we'll talk about that here in the next videos. But one of the things that I want to cover first is getting all the basics down. We got the long put, we got the short put. We understand how these things work separately, and we'll be putting them together here in the next few videos. My final take, obviously I mentioned before, I love options trading. I've been trading it for about 15 years. Again, there's a lot of money to be made, but you can lose a lot of money as well. So investing has risks. Make sure to discuss your strategies with your professional advisor before making any investing decisions. Also, make sure you establish your own risk level on each side. The long put strategies can be versatile. It's either basically a speculation for downturn or a protection against the downturn. Or a hedge. But if you want to make sure that any strategy that you need to get into, you want to make sure you have an exit plan. So I have a strategy actually on the next video that I'll go into more, discussions potentially, not only on spreads, but I'm going to get into strangles and some straddles that might be also where you play both sides of the market. That could be something that you would be interested in seeing. Remember to always invest in your knowledge. Knowledge is the potential for so much power. If you're interested really in learning about specific programs that I would recommend or that I've actually used, please reach out to me. Follow the steps in the description to see how to create some passive income, also to learn some investing tips. Also reach out to me on social media. I have the links in the description as well. I'd be happy to help you on your journey. Happy investing, and cheers to your success.